Well, welcome. I'm your host, Robert Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom. Tonight, 7 reasons why I'm born to roar. I'm born to roar because silence was never my soul's native tongue. As singing my songs of spirit omnificent nous, gleaming sovereign prowess, because I elegantly express my dreamer's dexterity, yet never to impress, to instantly ignite my light of life, as every breath is a drumbeat of my dream, lit my flame of fame, because I never shrink, I sing. My song is my dreamer's artistry. As I awake, I never echo. Yesterday, I express today's trend-setting optimism, dawning adventurous yazapazaz, as I am the origin of my venturer's artistry, as I am the echo of every ancestor who dared to dream louder than their fears. Roaring is how I honor their legacy of courage, encoded in my bones of bold, omniscient nirvana energy, streaming my soul's surgency. Hellraiser heart, enterprising prowess. Now I realize why words destroy my dreams, because that's a borrowed language builds borrowed limits. So as I speak in words that bind my mind in yesterday are never mine, they are shaped by fear and never by fire. They script over my dreams instead of setting them free to enterprise my dreamer's daredevilry to set myself free from me. See, that's something I've really opened up to understand in all this is I liberate me from me. See, all that stuff, the trauma and the drama, and this person did this, it's really, you're just liberating yourself from them cognitive recollections, the drama and trauma we use to get attention. Trauma and drama is a sympathy getter, and that's all it is. But we stay stuck in the muck of yesterday because it's our comfort zone. Oh, yeah, it's mine. Used to be mine. I'm rising out of it, though. Why words innovate my dreams, because my inventor's lingo energizes my wise pathways of enlightenment. As every phrase awakens my adventurer's novelty. As my dreams never wait to occur, they energize themselves into electro-innovative motion. As I roar because silence tried to domesticate my brilliance, yet I defiantly embrace my undocumented and wild wisdom of my winner's internal savvy, dawning optimism, magically understanding. I roar because expression is how my soul stretches its wings. Suppression shrinks me into rinky-dink thinking that passed out of my life yesterday. As my visionary veracity soars, I roar of rebellious optimism, appreciating rich, energetic, enterprising dreams to rise from within me. So as I roar because dreams undid the decay of yesterday in my subconscious mind, frozen in time, stillness, as my liberty bell sounds, instantly energizes my breaths of legendary liberation. I feel flowing from my toes up through my body, and sending all my desperation out my crown chakra, as the illuminating life of light flows from Mother Earth, the center of Mother Earth, up through my crown chakra, magnetizing the universe with my dreams, magnetic magic. As I roar because yesterday's script never was my sovereign story. As I write my nowography, press now, pre- press now ink, never in my mind, we rewind my thinking and knowing, as I roar because I've never here to impress. I'm here to ignite. I don't perform. I claim my lavish, endless abundances and my life of luxurious leisure. I roar because fear never fed me, as my sovereign veracity does. As I feast on liberation, I liberate internal intuition, boldly enterprising, rich in audacity, transcending innovations, optimizing now. As I roar because the world doesn't change through whispers, the world rises out of yesterday through troublemaker audacity, surges the sound of freedom with a sovereign fiery foresight that lights my light of life. Because I never asked the world for space, I soundtrack my artistic lingo, as every expression is a celebration of my frequencies of foresight, unfiltered and fully felt within me, because my vibrant voice is a valiant victory, never variable. Every time I roar, I cannily chime the rhymes of my prime time, rhythms of my vibrant vigor, zero edits, zero dilution, just full spectrum of sovereign spirit poise. Because my inner joy is forever my quantum innocence. It's unapologetically loud, beaming of love, optimism, unleashed dreamer's dexterity, instantly roaring is how I celebrate my own becoming of my lush desired lifestyle. Never in secret, boldly in surround sound, so the world and all people can witness my surround sound of serenity and sovereignty. As failure, as here's two sharp insights that cut to the core of the inner conflict. Failure feels safer than the outcome. Talking about failure keeps expectations low. It protects you from the vulnerability and risk that come with naming your dreams. And if no one knows what you want, then no one sees if you fall short. That opens up your dexterity of your audacity to understand dreams energize sovereign fortitude. Failure asks for none. Expressing your dreams forces you to confront whether you believe you're worthy or failure of your dreams, or failure stories of your fabled failures have already ended, but dreams spoken aloud are open invitations to the judgment, disappointment, or just pure triumph. You can either have judgment and disappointment, or you can have and stroll and be chauffeured down your trails of triumph. It's all up to you. A dream is your unique talents of who you are. And your trails of triumph are right here in front of you. Your paths of enlightenment are here in front of you. And everything you desire to experience is showing you how to rise out of the past to enjoy your present moment. Here's a compass for the journey, because dreaming in the face of social gravity takes courage and the craftivation of your innovations. As you define success on your terms and your desires, on your way of life, society has a default script. A default script. Title, money, status are your way to go. But what if your fulfillment is your metric? Decide what truly matters to you, not just what earns you applause. The only one you should be applauding you that you really is you. You give yourself a standing ovation every day because you open the visionary audacity, trend-setting ingenuity, optimizing now. Write and image the definition of your desired lifestyle. Take pictures, but put them on a mirror and spread them out. So when you look in all that stuff, you're looking into your own eyes. And let that be your North Star of stupendous, trend-setting audacity, realizing when people find you're surrounded by voices that validate your dreams instead of questioning them, your courage compounds, your veracity expands, and the expansion of your trend-setting audacity writes the nowography of your dreams. Now, start writing down, make a journal of write down your ambitions, your outcomes that you desire to experience. Rather than have them explained by somebody else, explain them to you with a scripted savvy. Yet start small and stay consistent. Here's the thing: when you honor your own trend-setting ways, you open up to a better way. And don't appreciate your experiences instead of expectations. Expectations, they've always kind of faltered and let you down. But if you open up to appreciate your talents, you clarify your whys. And the more you live in alignment with your energized inner world, the less power the external scripts hold. Your life is a quiet act of sovereign activation. And you understand the activation is going to show you your everyday life is going to be resistance. And it's a resistance for you to rise out of the past and cut loose the caboose of your overthinking mind. And it's an invitation for others to do the same. As my cognitive recollection, mindset, and comfort zone programming stifle my dreams and desired lifestyle and accomplished outcomes. Here are two punchy noalities with some bite and brain power. Every day we rehearse the past in our daily life instead of understanding and modeling the here and now. As your mind defaults to old narratives, familiar thought loops, it's like trying to write a new chapter while rereading the same page of the mundane. Your dreams require fresh, stimulating scripts of your unique talents, nullifying all your mental reruns. Comfort zones are never cozy. They're cages with plush walls, and it takes friction and resistance to change that is dressed up as that's all dressed up as self-protection and to keep you safe. But really, all your safe protections and your self imprisonment is self-limitation. Because what feels safe is often well-practiced fear. Who has that in their life? Well-practiced fear. Pick me, pick me, pick me. It just does. While expressing my enterprising inspiration dissolves my limiting words. Because inspiration speaks of free-flowing frequencies, my limits never translate. When I express from my energized, intuitive veracity, as my own worn-out language of doubt dissolves through my electrical current of free-flowing foresight that ignites my lightning bolt brilliance, coloring my world with the sharpness of a lightning bolt. Because every expressed spark now wires my inner lifestyle script of my beaches of bountiful bliss. I stopped fighting limiting words because I overwrite them and color them with my embodied fire desires, letting me be the author of my here and now, wow, of my venture's audacity. You know, that's the thing. Your adventure's audacity is here and now, but you are the venture's audacity. You just got to let go of that comfort zone programming and indoctrinated education that locks us and blocks us into what society wants me to do. It's you that encompass the sleek, unique talents to rise, shine, and energize. Why my free-flowing inspirations, innovation, imagination, intuition roar as my intuitive innovation never knocks. It the interrupts my life with clear seers, inspiration, and innovation, imagination, intuition that never asks for permission. They just innovate momentum, riding the current of unfiltered genius, of genuine enterprising nous, invigorating ubiquitous splendor to flow through my veins of fame as I unleash my gamer's gumption. As you open up to understand, you are the unfiltered, innovative genius of your life. As innovation roars where logic hesitates, as you now flow from soul source, blowing my limitations to smithereens, as my artistic expressions bloom and boom, my fashion designer's dexterity illuminates my gold mines of my divine prime time dreamers' paradises. As I am fine, whining and dining on my lavish, endless, healthy, wealthy fun of the sun's splendor of my here and now. As I now realize, I speak everything into my present moment, but when I stop using words that come from the past, I open up my enterprising prowess to understand life is forever my liberating invitation, fostering expansion. But it's what we express in the morning. The first words when you get out of bed, if you, oh God, I got to do this today, and that's already taking care of your dreams. And something I learned to opened up to today is I took jobs and work out of my life. It's craftivation and outcomes, and it's about experiencing my day of leisure as I'm letting go internally. But it's about speaking your dreams into your daily, it's expressing your dreams and inspirations through your daily life. And when you hear somebody come up and they say a whole bunch of negative things, say thank you, turn away, but them are their words. Everything that comes out of somebody else's mouth, that's their words. As your innovation is inside you. And something, when you get a dream or a desire or you want to start something, never tell your friends, never tell your family. Start just going out and listening and seeing where people are doing as you can move forward in it. And then as you go forward and you start hitting and interacting with people, kind of have an insight flow where you're speaking or asking questions that expand you instead of being in a disagreement or trying to be in their flow. You be in your flow and you just kind of ask questions that are going to expand you in a quiet way. That's something I've discovered to do, because if you come up talking like you know something or you got this, they're going to turn off. And I've done that many times because I have a deep understanding that I want to help somebody. But I never want to help people. I want to show people a better way. And I do that by listening and asking questions that are going to expand me, and thinking I'm asking questions of their stuff. So as I open up to understand this and do this, I let go of me being in my inner prison. See, really thinking and knowing and knowledge, that is a, a minimum security prison because you're staying inside this, just like this. But when you start opening up to ask questions and investigate your life through your daily travels, you start opening up to a better way of life. And that's something I really understand I've done. It's really about understanding that you encompass the wisdom. See, wisdom and knowledge and knowing and thinking are everything. You know, when you try to put your thinking and knowing in the world, that comes from education, and you're trying to compete with education. See, wisdom is a free flowing energy of what you understand and embody. And if you live your life through that, you'll never get caught up in the thinking and knowing. And this is something I've really expanded into. You think and know your way from yesterday all the way back to yesterday. And that's something I've done in my life. And I just understand I've done that. But when I opened up to listening and questioning, I liberated me from me to open up to liberate me from my viewpoints, opinions, and beliefs. That is something I really want people to understand. Your viewpoints, opinions, beliefs, childhood programming, ancestor mindsets control you from the past because our subconscious mind is it's like a steel trap. It never lets go of anything. It's up to you to entertain yourself, to let go of the pain, to open up the fame and fortune of your own foresight, optimistic, revolutionary, trend-setting, utopian nerve, expanding through life with the greatest of ease. That's something I really want to emphasize for me anyway. I took the word change out of my life and I used the word expand and rise. I rise and expand, and it takes out the trepidation of change and transformation. Because when you're trying to transform and change, you got the cognitive recollection and mindset resistance and your comfort zone programming controlling you. But when you rise, energize, and expand, you open up a campaigner's curiosity that chauffeurs you through your life with the greatest of ease. That's something else I'll share. Whenever you're doing something and you finish it, first words out, that was easy. Yes, it takes some experiencing, but once you start experiencing that's easy, just feel how calm you become in your thinking memory mind, because a thinking mind is in a bind all the time. But a listening artist is always coloring the canvas of their dreams on their subconscious featureless canvas. See, life is a featureless experience. It's our thinking and knowing that brings it back to us being controlled by outside sources. And see, we've always been taught to be controlled by outside sources. That is something, and when we're controlled by outside sources, we're trying to please them, or we're trying to be inside their thinking and knowing, and rather than you floating and gliding on your wisdom, insight, and clarity. Because undomesticated clarity rises you to your fame and fortune. You are the sleek, unique talent with the wisdom, insight, and clarity to experience your desired lifestyle with ease. And that's why you were born to roar. That's revolutionize, optimize, appreciate the revolutionary revelations within you to express to the world. Because when you rise and expand your life, you're rising and expanding the world out of being ancestor cloned. And that's what we really are when you open up to it. So, how does it feel to be the 7 reasons why you were born to roar? That's a rebellious optimism, appreciating the rebellious energy within you. So I am Robert Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom Hypno Acuity, and I am going to say goodnight, and we'll see you Thursday night. And we're going to be talking about how certain words keep your cognitive recollections controlling your life.